I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
ARMY. Imagine a day that will forever be remembered in the history of world music. Tuesday, September 16th, witnessed the birth of a new milestone when a young man from Busan who once practiced in a small room with 6 friends is now officially recognized as the best-selling K-pop soloist of all time. That name is no stranger, Jungkook, the golden Maknae of BTS, who once again proves that dreams, hard work, and the love of fans can change the course of history. The news spread so quickly, as if seconds were racing to copy the news to every corner of the virtual world. Jungkook has now officially surpassed 15.5 million global music sales, an achievement that not only places him at the top of the K-pop industry, but also solidifies his position as an irreplaceable global phenomenon. This number is not just a statistic, it is living proof that Jungkook's voice truly transcends language and continents. The journey to this record was not easy. Back in 2023, Jungkook began his solo debut with extraordinary courage. At that time, he released several singles that immediately dominated the international charts, then launched his debut studio album, Golden. This album is not just a collection of songs. It is an emotional story woven through Jungkook's distinctive voice, soft yet powerful, full of honesty, and leaving a lasting impression on his listeners. The lead track from the album, Standing Next to You, has become a powerful symbol of the bond between Jungkook and ARMY. More than just a melody, its lyrics carry a message. No matter what happens, no matter how far apart they may be, Jungkook will always be by the side of his supporters. The song feels like a sincere promise, an emotional bond that transcends stage lights and sales records. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is the fact that Jungkook has not released any new solo work since 2024. However, the world never stops talking about him. Discussions, theories, and even prayers for his comeback continue to flood the internet. Even without any new releases, Jungkook's music continues to resonate, proving how timeless and relevant his work is. Recognition for Jungkook also comes from outside the ARMY circle. The international music world has noted his name as the first Korean soloist to debut at the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Meanwhile, the album Golden successfully became the best-selling pop album and holds the record for the longest charting period for a Korean solo artist on the Billboard 200. Every step Jungkook takes paves the way for the next generation, expanding the horizons of the Korean music industry on the global stage. For some, the number 15.5 million may seem like just data on paper. But for ARMY, that number is a symbol of love and dedication. Every album purchase means one heart touched, one soul feeling accompanied, and one story finding meaning through Jungkook's voice. It's no wonder that when this news spread, social media exploded with congratulations, tears of joy, and expressions of pride from all corners of the world. Comments from fans also show the depth of that bond. "I'm proud to live in Jungkook's era," wrote one person. Another said, "He's not just my idol, he's the reason I keep going." Words like these show that Jungkook has transcended the boundaries of being an idol. He is a source of inspiration for millions of people who may never meet him in person. This success also reminds us of the tremendous impact of the album Golden. From pop, R&B, to touches of EDM, Jungkook boldly explored various genres, showcasing different sides of himself. The album is like a colorful painting, depicting an emotional journey that not only entertains but also touches the depths of the listeners' souls. However, Jungkook's greatest strength is not only his singing technique, but how he makes music feel personal. Each verse of a song sounds as if it is speaking directly to the listener's ears, strengthening them when hope begins to fade, calming them when loneliness strikes, and accompanying them in moments of silence. This is Jungkook's gift, singing not only with his vocal cords, but with his whole heart. Now, the big question arises. What's next for Jungkook? Will he return with a new album after completing his mandatory military service? Will he try a genre that is completely different from before? Or maybe he is preparing an even more surprising global collaboration? One thing is certain, The world is waiting with bated breath. Every hint, every word, even every small gesture from Jungkook is now under the spotlight. ARMY is ready to stand firm in support of the next chapter of his journey, whatever form it may take. This achievement of 15.5 million global sales is not the end. It is the gateway to a new era. Jungkook proves that music knows no cultural, linguistic, or geographical boundaries. He is living proof that sincerity, hard work, and the love of fans can create something timeless. When people call him king, the title is well-deserved. Jungkook is not a king who rules with power, but with love, dedication, and pure artistry. He refuses to be limited, always seeking ways to grow, and constantly challenging his own limits. Today, we celebrate the number 15.5 million. But what we are truly celebrating is the journey of a young man from Busan who dared to dream big and proved that dreams can come true. Jungkook has written history, and his story will continue to inspire generation after generation. And when the stage lights dim and the music stops, what will remain is this story. The story of an artist who never gives up, a singer who gives everything, and a human being who remains humble even at the pinnacle of the world. Meanwhile, however, behind the cheers of celebration and the flood of hashtags on social media, there remains a question echoing in the hearts of ARMY and music fans worldwide. Where will Jungkook's next steps take him? Many believe that this achievement is just the beginning of something much bigger. Jungkook is currently fulfilling his military service, but his absence from the stage does not mean his influence is absent. In fact, every achievement celebrated during this hiatus further solidifies the belief that Jungkook's appeal does not depend on comeback schedules or promotions. He has reached a point where his name alone has become a global phenomenon. Looking at BTS's journey as a whole, Jungkook has always been known as someone who dares to step out of his comfort zone. From his consistently flawless live vocals, explosive dance skills, to his courage in trying new genres, he never ceases to surprise the public. So it's no surprise that many speculate that after returning from mandatory military service, Jungkook will appear with a completely different musical concept than before, more mature, more daring, and more disruptive to the industry. Music analysts even say that Jungkook has now surpassed the definition of a K-pop idol. He has entered the realm of global pop icons, on par with big international names. His collaborations with global artists like Latto and Jack Harlow are just the beginning. The world is waiting to see if one day he will team up with other legendary musicians, perhaps from Latin America, Europe, or even Africa, to create a new color in global pop music. However, there is one thing that cannot be ignored: Jungkook's intimacy with ARMY. Every major achievement he attains always comes back to one thing: his emotional connection with his fans. No matter how big the international stage he conquers, Jungkook continues to send a simple yet meaningful message: I'm with you. This is what makes him not just an idol, but also a friend to millions who feel accompanied by him. Looking at his track record, 15.5 million sales are just one chapter in a long story that is yet to be written. There is a high possibility that he'll set a new record after his comeback, whether with his next solo release or with BTS when the group reunites. And whatever form it takes, the world is ready to welcome it. This moment also confirms something bigger than just numbers. Jungkook has paved a new path for the K-pop industry. He has proven that an artist from South Korea can achieve global status without losing his identity. He remains Jungkook from Busan, the young man who started everything from a simple dream, but is now a cultural icon defining a generation. So, as we look ahead, we know one thing for sure: the journey is still long. Records will continue to be broken, new songs will be born, and grand stages around the world will once again bear witness as Jungkook stands there, singing his story to the world. And as he promised in Standing Next to You, ARMY will always be by his side, not just as spectators, but as part of the history he continues to carve.